Welcome to CVTsport.net Game of the Week. Bringing you high school, college, amateur, semi-pro, and professional sports video from right here in Central Vermont. Over a decade of local Central Vermont sports video action. Get ready, because it's time for the CVTsport.net Game of the Week.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome into Williamstown High School for tonight's VPA 2025 Division IV Girls Playdown matchup featuring the number 3 seed host Williamstown Blue Devils and the visiting number 14 seed Northfield Marauders. Starting lineups are being introduced on the court at this time, so we will dive right in. Starting off for Northfield will be a sophomore wearing number 1, Kate Wilder. Next up will be a senior wearing number 10, Bella Powers. Next up will be another senior wearing number 11, Olivia Boyd. A senior wearing number 21, Mackenzie Hall. And rounding out the starting 5 for head coach Rob Coro will be a senior wearing number 40, Angie Tanner. Assistant coaches are Ben Asford and Rachel Lawson for the Marauders. Next up for the number 3 seeded Blue Devils in the backcourt will be a sophomore wearing number 3, Julia French. Alongside her will be a sophomore wearing number 10, Hannah Spencer. Joining them will be a junior wearing number 12, Lily Pierce. Next up, a junior wearing number 21, Courtney Beliveau. And rounding out the starting 5 will be a senior wearing number 33, Natalie Beliveau. We will be right back after the starting national anthem.
Thanks for joining us on this CVTsport.net local high school sports video production. If you'd like to help support our coverage, you can use the Venmo or PayPal app and just scan the QR codes above to donate and help support our free live coverage. If you'd like to join the CVTsport.net team, we're always looking for producers, commentators, and camera people. Email info@cvtsport.net for more information. Thanks for watching.
Vermont middle and high school students can start college for free at the Community College of Vermont. Get a taste of college life and learn about options after high school by attending an Access Day and enrolling in our Intro to College and Careers class. Juniors and seniors are eligible for 2 dual enrollment vouchers, each good for 1 free CCV course. And seniors can complete their last year of high school and first year of college at the same time through the Early College Program. They can even stay at CCV and earn a free associate degree through the McClure Free Degree Promise. Learn more at gotocollegevt.org.
Welcome back in once again, everyone, to Williamstown High School. My name is Brandon Walker. I will be bringing you the call this evening, and on camera will be Steve McAllister. Once again, for tonight's 2025 VPA Division IV Girls Basketball Playdown. The Marauders making the short trip over from Northfield to neighboring Williamstown to square off with the 3-seeded Blue Devils. Blue Devils coming in with a record of 15-5, and they are about as red hot as you can be. They began their season with a 1-4 start, and since January 7th, they are 14-1. Their only loss to Division III powerhouse Hazen back on January 28th. Meanwhile, for the Marauders and coach Rob Coro, they are 1-18 this season, and an injury-riddled year for the squad. They are missing 2 players, Hannah Coro, a sophomore guard, and Abby Robbins, a senior guard, who are both out for the season, and Coach Coro told me they would both be starters if they were not battling injury. So for the Marauders looking to build on this season, he said the only bright side is that it has led to increased playing times for athletes who might not have otherwise gotten it. Back to the ball game right now. Natalie Beliveau with a strong take to the basket. Right hand off glass, no good. Rebound is ripped down by Mackenzie Hall, and she fights for it with Beliveau. I believe the jump ball going to give possession back to Northfield. Keys to the game tonight, Coach Coro mentioning he wants his team to not get rattled. The stifling full court defense of the Blue Devils has done just that to many of their opponents this season. And that is Beliveau getting the scoring started for Williamstown. 2-0 to the number 3 seed. Additionally, Coach Coro wanted his team to keep their energy up. No matter what's going on the court, stay in it, keep battling. And then lastly, he wants them to play strong defense, try and hang their hat on that tonight against the Blue Devils. And on the opposing sideline for head coach Thurman Wilder, he wants them to pick up and recognize Northfield's defense and then execute against whatever they are challenged by. And that is going to be a travel by Beliveau. Possession back to Northfield. Secondly, he wants to run. This team loves to push the tempo and move the basketball at a high clip. And then lastly, he wants to limit Northfield's opportunities on the offensive end of the basketball. So locking down with their defense and getting out in transition as much as they can. Two key aspects of this team all season long as I have watched them. We'll see how they are able to perform tonight. Down underneath on the other end for the Marauders, that was Tanner trying to get the layup to go. Off glass, no good. Rebound bouncing out of bounds off from Beliveau. Possession will stay with Northfield. And now checking into the ball game will be freshman Ashley Coro. Northfield inbounding along the baseline, lobbed in over the top to Kate Wilder, no good. Beliveau rips down the loose board, pivots around with it. French now into the front court. Over to Spencer, now Courtney Beliveau with it. Right hand dribble penetration, gets it back to Spencer. Excellent give and go. And that will lead to a foul by Northfield. First foul of the ball game, first team foul on the Marauders. And that one is going to come back to Bella Powers, senior guard for the Marauders. And Spencer at the free throw line. She knocks down the first of two. Her first point of the evening. And the second one is on the way. That one's also good. 4-0. Blue Devils, full court pressure applied. Northfield trying to break the press. Wilder gets it up into the front court, and she passes it off now to Powers. Powers back to Wilder, working a little two-man game. And now they swing it around to Hall. Hall gets it over to Boyd. Boyd with the dribble penetration, lobs over the top, finds Coro, and the shot from Wilder off the mark. Offensive board by Northfield. Second opportunity, no good. Rebound tipped out of bounds. Possession back to Williamstown. Good aggressive attempt at the basket there by the Marauders, unable to get it to go. However, those are the sort of opportunities that Coach Wilder wants to limit. So if you are Northfield, keep up with that, getting strong looks, and try to convert in the post. This is Beliveau. Her shot comes up short, and trying to corral the loose ball. Rebound. Courtney Beliveau going to pick up an offensive foul. Player control foul first on Beliveau. First team foul on Williamstown. Now checking into the game for the Marauders will be an 8th grader, guard number 2, Mackenzie Walco. Walco played some quality minutes in the matchup I witnessed here in Williamstown when Northfield played them earlier this season. This is Spencer. Can't get it to go with the right hand from the low block. Rebound by Powers, and she gives it off to Walco. Walco into the front court, keeps her dribble, finds Tanner. Tanner tries to back down her defender, shots up over the rim, and rebounded by Lily Pierce. French, outlet pass to Spencer, down low to Beliveau on the low block, right-hand dribble. She gets it up over the top of the defense and converts. Excellent finish by senior Natalie Beliveau. She has had a really strong finish to this season and come into her own, especially on the offensive end of the basketball. Walco back the other way for Northfield. Powers going to set up the offense. She dribbles in and then finds Walco on the wing. Left-hand dribble, she picks it up. Tries to go back to Tanner. It's tipped away by French, and Spencer's there to scoop up the loose ball. All the way down she goes and finishes coast to coast at the other end with the left hand. 4 points now for Hannah Spencer in the early going. And with that, Coach Coro would like a timeout. We will step away for a quick break.
Granite, coffee, manufacturing, food.
It's not easy to make a living in Vermont. We really are the bank behind almost every industry. We care about businesses growing and succeeding because that success is our success. We're a billion-dollar bank made up of thousands of Vermont businesses.
Our customers make fresh coffee for great conversations and pull us out of the ditch on a cold, snowy night.
Wherever you are laying down your roots, taking a risk, building a dream, we're here.
Back here in Williamstown, out of the timeout. Northfield trying to break the full court pressure of the Blue Devils. Able to get it up into the front court is Powers. She'll give it back to Walco. Walco lobs over the top looking for Tanner. Goes through Tanner's hands and then eventually ends up with Williamstown. Now off the steal now, outlet pass. Spencer picks up her dribble, lobs into Courtney Beliveau. From the low block, she gets a shot off the mark. Rebound corralled by the Marauders. Now back the other way. Trying to go over the top once again. This is Ashley Coro. Ball is tipped away out of bounds. Northfield will inbound along the baseline. And checking back in is Wilder. She'll replace Coro. 8-0 Blue Devils. Just over halfway through the first quarter. Lobbed in over the top to Wilder. Her shot off the mark. Julia French with the rebound, and she pushes Temple back the other way, up with the right hand. Can't get it to go. Offensive board and finish by senior Natalie Beliveau. Beliveau up to 6 points in the ballgame. For those not familiar with the teams, we have Northfield in the maroon jerseys with the white trim, and the Blue Devils in their home whites with the blue trim. Now into the ballgame for Northfield is another 8th grader, Sienna Erickson, wearing number 14. French gets it to Pierce. Pierce surveys, hands off for Beliveau. Beliveau thought about the jump shot, takes it in the end, off the mark, rebound to Powers. Powers quickly back the other way, pushing it in transition for Northfield. She's met by French, tipped away. She tracks it down and gets it to Tanner. Tanner goes back to Powers once again. Marauders still looking for their first bucket of the contest. And the steal back the other way from the free throw line. It's Spencer. Her shot won't go. And loose rebound falls into the hands of Beliveau. She looks to lob it to Spencer once again. And that one is picked off by Powers. Powers going to walk things up, set up the offense for the Marauders. Right hand dribble, calls out the play, gets it over to Erickson. Erickson with the skip pass, nearly picked off by French, but Walco there to grab it. Now down to Tanner on the low block against Beliveau. Over the top, can't get the shot to go. Pierce with the rebound. And now a little forecourt pressure applied by Walco on French. French tries to bounce it to Beliveau, and Walco steals the basketball away, and I believe that foul is going to come back to Courtney Beliveau. And it will. That will be her second personal foul. Second team foul on the Blue Devils. And with that, Coach Wilder making a change. Courtney Beliveau going to stay in the ballgame instead. Freshman Leighton Kennedy will replace Lily Pierce. Just under 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter of play. Powers and Walco working it around the arc. Powers gets it to Wilder. Wilder back to Powers. She'll fire away from just inside the arc. That one is off the mark. Rebound to Spencer. Spencer looking up ahead, can't find an outlet. Now she goes over the top to Beliveau. Over to Leighton Kennedy from the mid-range. Couldn't quite get her feet set. However, she will be fouled by Walco. And she has earned herself a trip to the free throw line. Second team foul on Northfield. 1 minute, 30 seconds remaining here in the opening quarter. These two teams meeting twice this season. Both matchups were won by the Blue Devils. just a week apart on February 3rd. Williamstown was victorious 58-34. And on February 10th, the Blue Devils with a 41-27 victory over the Marauders. I believe we have a spill over along the sideline, so we are waiting for that to be cleaned up before we continue play. I would like to remind everyone you are watching a CVTsport.net and CVTV723.org production. Kennedy missing the first at the free throw line. When we get the spill cleaned up, she will eye the rim for the second. Whoever is able to come away victorious today will play once again on Friday against the number 6 seed Poultney. If Williamstown is victorious, they will host the 6-seeded Poultney team. And if Northfield comes out on top this evening, they will travel to take on Poultney on Friday. Looks about like we've got things squared away on the sideline. And Kennedy now back at the free throw line for the second. That one is good. Freshman Leighton Kennedy getting herself into the scoring column this evening. 11-0 Blue Devils. Wilder picks up a dribble, tried to get it back to her teammate, picked off by Beliveau, and Beliveau is now fouled. Powers going to be the one picking up the personal foul. But excellent sportsmanship by both teams. Powers immediately helping Beliveau off the deck. And now Beliveau looking to add to her 6 points on the evening. Third team foul on Northfield. Belivau's first hits the front of the rim and will not go. No shooter's roll tonight. Checking into the game now is Sam Wheatley. She'll replace Courtney Beliveau. Beliveau has 2 fouls. Coach Wilder getting her out of the ball game. Doesn't want her to pick up a third. Belivau's second at the line is also off the mark. Wilder grabs the rebound. Powers brings it into the front court for the Marauders. Wilder from the elbow. Off backboard, no good. French with the rebound. And she gets it up court. Outlet pass to Spencer. Spencer on the far wing. Off the dribble. Lobs it into Natalie Beliveau. Beliveau working against Wilder. Spins. Puts it up. Partially blocked, I believe, by Wilder. And Wilder now will find Powers. Back come the Marauders. Less than a minute remaining in the first quarter. Powers with space. Gets it to Wilder. Wilder with some penetration. Back to Powers from the free throw line. That one off the backboard, off the rim. Offensive board to Erickson, and she will be fouled from behind by Leighton Kennedy. Third team foul on the Blue Devils. And Erickson will step to the free throw line, looking to get Northfield into the scoring column tonight. Just an 8th grader. Erickson's first at the line is off the front of the rim. No good. Erickson also had a strong showing in the contest that these two teams played here at Williamstown. I had the chance to watch that one. Second at the line from Erickson is good. And she puts the first point on the board for the Marauders. Trailing by 10 with 40 seconds remaining in the opening quarter of play. French going to walk things up for Williamstown. Walco applying pressure. Back to Kennedy. Kennedy gets it to Spencer. Blue Devils spacing the floor, going to hold for the last shot. French with it. She tries to break down her defender, gets it back to Kennedy. 20 seconds remaining in the quarter. Kennedy drives, finds Beliveau just inside the three-point line. That one is off, back rim. Rebound to Powers. Powers gets it to Tanner. 12 remain in the quarter. Tanner up near half court now. Picks up the dribble, finds Powers. Powers calling for the basketball. She's going to pull up from beyond the arc. That one off the rim, no good. French with the rebound. And that is how the first quarter will come to a close, with the Blue Devils leading the Marauders 11-1. We will be right back after these messages. Back here in Williamstown, ready to get things underway here in the second quarter. Blue Devils winning the first quarter 11-1. They take the 10-point lead here into the second quarter. Williamstown inbounds. Kennedy to French. French on the dribble. Finds the cutting Beliveau up with the right-hand floater off the mark. Gets her own rebound. Throws it back up for a second opportunity. And the rebound ends up in the hands of Boyd. Tanner with it. Up into the front court. Erickson back to Powers. Powers, the floor general for these Marauders. Directs traffic. Gets it over to Walco. Walco back to Powers. Northfield trying to space the floor. Walco will fire from just inside the arc. That one is too strong over the rim. The defensive rebound goes into the hands of Olivia Pike. And with that, we will have a foul on Boyd, the first of the second quarter for Northfield. Ball is inbound to Beliveau. She gets it to French. Coach Wilder telling French to push tempo. Left-hand dribble, she'll pull up. And that one just inside the arc is good. Excellent shot from sophomore guard Julia French. And the turnover by the Marauders because of the length of Beliveau. French will inbound on the far sideline. French surveys. She finds Sam Wheatley. Wheatley pivots around, goes back to French. It's tipped away by Walco, and Powers comes up with the loose ball. Good defensive stand by Northfield. Powers looking for Boyd, immediately picked off once again by French. Back and forth we go. French coast to coast, puts it up over top of her defender. No good. Offensive board to Beliveau, and the second rebound ends up in the hands of Powers, and that will force a timeout from Coach Coro. We will step out for a quick break as well. We'll be right back after these messages.
Vermont middle and high school students can start college for free at the Community College of Vermont. Get a taste of college life and learn about options after high school by attending an Access Day and enrolling in our Intro to College and Careers class. Juniors and seniors are eligible for 2 dual enrollment vouchers, each good for 1 free CCV course. And seniors can complete their last year of high school and first year of college at the same time through the Early College Program. They can even stay at CCV and earn a free associate degree through the McClure Free Degree Promise. Learn more at gotocollegevt.org.
Back here in Williamstown, out of the timeout. Northfield trying to break the full court pressure of the Blue Devils. And they do. Boyd up ahead of the pack. She will take a step back jump shot. She gets it to go off glass. Great finish from Boyd, the senior for Northfield. French stops and pops. And she gets it to go. Her second field goal of the game. 4 points now for Julia French. Williamstown leads by 12. Walco, her pass is picked off. Kennedy into the front court. Picks up her dribble, gives it back to French. French working against Walco. She's getting her shot going. Bounces it to Beliveau. Beliveau goes into the paint, and her right-handed runner won't go. Rebound by Erickson. She quickly gets it to Powers. Powers looking to run. Trying to get by Kennedy. She throws up a runner. And that one bounces off rim a couple times and in. Great finish by the senior guard for Northfield. 3 different scorers for the Marauders. First points of the game for Powers. Wheatley now against Erickson. Back to French. French will pull up. Foot on the line. That one is off front rim. No good. Beliveau with the offensive rebound, and she will finish through contact with a chance to earn 1 more at the free throw line for Beliveau now. That is 9 points in the ball game. Strong showing by the senior as her team looks to defend home court here in this playdown matchup. The 3 seed against the 14 seed. Beliveau eyes the rim. Ball's up in the air, and that one is off the front of the rim. Rebound to Coro. Erickson now tries to get it over, and it does end up in the hands of Hall, who will give way to Powers. Powers will operate against Spencer, picks up her dribble at the half. And now Coro back to Powers. She sets up the offense, and one too many steps. She ends up going back court. That will give possession back to the Blue Devils. Nearly 3 minutes gone here in the second quarter. Williamstown winning this quarter 6-4, extending their 10-point lead to 12. Beliveau gets the lob off the inbound. Her shot is off the back of the rim. Wilder with the rebound. She pushes it up ahead, picks up her dribble, and she traveled with it. Took one too many steps, and that will give Williamstown the basketball once again. 17-5. Spencer works against Powers. She sets up the offense. She'll hand it off to Kaylee Pike. Pike reverses it, pulls up from just inside the elbow, and she's able to rattle that one in. Kaylee Pike gets her first field goal of the game. The fifth different scorer for the Blue Devils in this one. Now a 14-point lead. That pass is too tall for Coro. However, it was tipped by the Blue Devils. So Northfield will inbound along the baseline. Couple of subs into the game for the Blue Devils. We have Pierce coming back in, as well as a player that is up from the junior varsity squad, Kennedy Smith. This is Coro from down low, off the mark, offensive board to Wilder, and she gets it to go off glass. First points of the game for Kate Wilder. Fourth different scorer for Northfield. They trail by 12 as we approach the halfway mark here in the second quarter. This is Smith. Picks up her dribble, finds Pierce. Pierce bounces it into Beliveau at the free throw line. Right-hand dribble, runner in the lane. That one is off the mark, too strong off glass. However, she grabs the offensive board and finishes. 2 more points for Natalie Beliveau. Very strong first half, as she is now up to 11 points of her team's 21. Boyd races up court for the Marauders. Can't get the shot to go. Beliveau with the board. She finds Spencer. She pushes tempo, outlets it to Pike. Can't connect, and the ball traveling out of bounds will go back to the Marauders. 3 minutes and 44 seconds remaining in the half. Northfield will inbound, full court pressure by the Blue Devils. Powers finds a seam in the defense and gets it up into the front court. Right-handed dribble, she challenges Spencer, puts it up over top of Spencer. That one rattles out. Smith with the rebound. She gets it to Pike. Pike lobs into Beliveau, and they are into the front court. Now back to Pike. Excellent give and go by Williamstown. Pike shot off the mark. Smith there for the offensive board. And the third effort rather, is tipped out by Northfield. Williamstown will retain the ball. Spencer will inbound. 21-17, Blue Devils lead. Spencer finds Pierce. Her shot's blocked. Spencer gets the rebound and dribbles out. She'll fire away from beyond the arc, off the dribble. That one back rim, no good. High rebound. Comes down into the hands of Hall, and the ball will be tied up. Possession arrow favors Northfield. Nice job maintaining possession of the basketball by Hall, as 2 Blue Devils were able to get to their hand to it in the end. Now Hall will inbound and trying to get it to Coro. Not quite able to connect. Pass sailing out of bounds. Williamstown will inbound on the far wing. Spencer going to send it back into play to Pierce. Pierce lobs in for Spencer, too far in front of her, and that one is stolen away by Boyd. Boyd slows it up now, and she finds Powers. Powers for Coro. Coro backing in against Pierce. That's tipped away, and instead we will have a foul. I believe that one coming back against Natalie Beliveau. That will be her first personal of the ball game. First team foul of the second quarter against the Blue Devils. Very clean quarter by both teams, only 3 total fouls. This is Boyd off the inbound pass, and she gets it to go. Good shot by Boyd. narrowing the Williamstown lead. And with that, three-pointer good off the dribble. 24-9. Pierce with that one. She marks the 6th different scorer for Williamstown. And now coming back into the game, it will be Courtney Beliveau. She'll replace Smith. Good minutes from the freshman. And now Tanner and Erickson back into the game for Northfield. Williamstown going down along the near sideline. Spencer looking for French. She is able to get into her against Boyd. Boyd applying strong defense. French tries to break her down, finds the cutting Beliveau. Excellent cut. Great backdoor cut by Beliveau. And she found space and drew the foul. Excellent first half, once again, by senior Natalie Beliveau. And a great find by Julia French. Two showing strong chemistry out there. Belivau's first at the line is good. She adds to her scoring total on the evening. Belivau's second at the line. Is off the back of the rim. No good. Rebound to Erickson. And Wilder will advance it into the front court. Keeps her dribble. Gets by two defenders. Now puts it up. That one's short. Erickson with the rebound, and she will be fouled by Pierce. With that foul, Erickson will step to the free throw line, where she is 1 of 2 this evening. Erickson scored the first point of the ball game for Northfield. And that one comes up short, just as it did on her first trip to the line. Let's see if she can follow suit and knock down the second this trip as well. Just over 2 minutes remaining in the half. The second one of the line is good for Erickson, matching her first trip to the free throw line. 2 points for the 8th grader. French works against Boyd. Back to Beliveau. Courtney gets it to Spencer. Williamstown spacing the floor once again in a 4-corner offense. French picks up the dribble, back to Spencer. Spencer directs traffic, and now she will work into the lane. Met by Wilder. Wilder with the steal. She'll dribble it up court for the Marauders. Now, Spencer nearly stealing the basketball away. And a travel on Wilder as she somehow retained possession of the ball, but in the process of getting up is whistled for the traveling violation. Minute and a half remaining. 25-10. Blue Devil advantage. French taking some time out of the air out of the basketball rather. Back to Beliveau. Beliveau with the right hand dribble, finding Spencer. Keeping it slowed down right now for a team that likes to play at a fast pace. Spencer back to French. They'll reverse and reset. French gets a step on Boyd, kicks it back out to Spencer. Spencer goes behind the back, now spins against Powers. Back to Beliveau now. Beliveau. Tanner defends. Gets by Tanner, met by Wilder. And that will be the 4th team foul on the Marauders, meaning that Williamstown will be in the bonus for the remaining 48 seconds of the second quarter. That foul coming back to Tanner, only her first personal. French to inbound, she gets it to Beliveau. Beliveau with a step on Wilder, however, the blocking foul will send Beliveau back to the free throw line. 5th team foul on the Marauders. And the 2nd personal foul on Wilder. 11 points on the night for senior Natalie Beliveau. Her 3rd trip to the free throw line, and that one is good. 12 points. She leads all scorers, and the only player in double figures. Her 2nd at the line. No, we are going to have a lane violation. Nope. Never mind, because she made the free throw, there will be no lane violation as Wilder stumbled into the lane prior to the shot. Northfield breaks down the Williamstown full court pressure. Boyd gives it back to Powers. Powers reverses it. Tanner just inside the arc. Too strong. Rebound's tipped out by Courtney Bellabo. And Northfield will inbound along the baseline. Boyd will inbound. She leads her team with 4 points so far. She finds Wilder on the lob. Great finish by Kate Wilder. She now has 4 points as well, sharing the team lead with Boyd. 23 seconds remaining in the half. Williamstown looking to hold for the final shot. Spencer waits for someone to apply pressure. She gives it back to French. French working against Boyd. Back to Spencer once again. 6 seconds remaining. Spencer from the elbow pulls up. Too strong off back rim. Rebound to Erickson. Boyd tries to heave it. And that is how the first half will come to an end. After the first half, the Blue Devils will take a 15-point advantage into the locker room. And I would like to remind everyone once again that you are watching a CVTsport.net and CVTV723.org production. I will be back after the following messages to break down scoring from the first half.
Williamstown girls basketball on CVTV723.org and CVTsport.net is brought to you by Big Rock Landscape. Williamstown girls basketball on CVTV723.org and CVTsport.net is brought to you by Big Rock Landscaping. 802-793-6607. And by the Noel Johnson Insurance Company. Also by Shed Seamless Gutters, 802-272-0095. And by the Pub on Main Street in Williamstown. Good drinks, good food, good friends. And by Elite Real Estate Partners, part of the RE/MAX North Professionals Group, 802-402-4663. Thanks for joining us on this CVTsport.net local high school sports video production. If you'd like to help support our coverage, you can use the Venmo or PayPal app and just scan the QR codes above to donate and help support our free live coverage. If you'd like to join the CVTsport.net team, we're always looking for producers, commentators, and camera people. Email info@cvtsport.net for more information. Thanks for watching. Tournament Specialties is a proud sponsor of Central Vermont Sports. If you are in need of decorated apparel such as t-shirts, sweatshirts, hats, or outerwear, look no further. Tournament Specialties is located in Barrie and would love to work with you on taking your design to the next level. In addition to their embroidery and printing services, they now have a laser etching system that allows for custom etching on drinkware, leather, patches for caps, and other etching needs. Jeff would also be happy to discuss custom online storefront options for your organization. If you are looking for a creative way to fundraise, this has proven to work very well for many local teams and organizations. To learn more, email Jeff at tournamentdesigns@gmail.com. This game is made possible by CVTV723.org. If you want to support live-streamed Spalding High School sports, please go to CVTV723.org and look for the Donate Now tab.
This game is also made possible by Vermont Fellowship of Christian Athletes, established in 1954, a community working to see the world transformed by Jesus Christ through the influence of coaches and athletes. You can find more information at fcavermont.org, and you can contact them by email at glennolson@fca.org.
Williamstown girls basketball on CVTV723.org and CVTsport.net is brought to you by Big Rock Landscaping, 802-793-6607, and by the Noel Johnson Insurance Company. Also by Shed Seamless Gutters, 802-272-0095, and by the Pub on Main Street in Williamstown. Good drinks, good food, good friends. And by Elite Real Estate Partners, part of the RE/MAX North Professionals Group, 802-402-4663.
Welcome back in, everyone, to halftime here at Williamstown High School. The 3-seeded Blue Devils leading the 14-seed Northfield Marauders at halftime, 27-12. Williamstown extending their advantage after they led 11-1 after the first quarter of play. And we are just about ready to get things going here in the third quarter. Belleville will inbound for the Blue Devils, and she'll get it into French. First half scoring, pacing the Blue Devils, was senior Natalie Belleville with 13 points. Here she is with the basketball. She puts it up from the elbow. That one is off the mark there. For the offensive rebound is Spencer. And the third effort, Belleville once again, her shot's blocked. Now Pierce from beyond the arc, and she gets her second triple of the game to go. Smooth stroke from Lily Pierce, 6 points now for the junior. This is Walco for the Marauders. 8th grader tries to get into the lane, and she's met by a trio of defenders. Ball stolen away. Spencer, coast to coast, left hand off the mark. Belleville with the offensive board, high off glass, no good. Her sister Natalie with the second rebound. And now Walco with the basketball for Northfield. Just about 1 minute gone here in the third quarter. And correction, they said that last field goal from Pierce was a 2-point field goal. 29-12. And we have a player down now for the Marauders. Hall on the deck. She is talking with her coach right now. And with 6 minutes and 53 seconds, we will step out for a quick break.
This game is also made possible by Vermont Fellowship of Christian Athletes, established in 1954, a community working to see the world transformed by Jesus Christ through the influence of coaches and athletes. You can find more information at fcavermont.org, and you can contact them by email at glennolson@fca.org.
Back here in Williamstown, Pierce will inbound for the Blue Devils. She gets it to French, full court defense by the Marauders as they lead by 17. French off the dribble, working against Boyd. Picks up her dribble, finds Spencer, slashing through the lane, and Spencer gets it to go. The left-handed floater, tough shot. Excellent finish. She now has 6 points in the ball game. Wilder. Courtney Belleville with the steal. Ball ends up in the hands of Pierce. And they look to push tempo. Boyd trying to create a steal of her own. She kicks the basketball in the process. Williamstown will maintain possession along the near sideline. Coach Wilder calling out the play from the bench. Has to be happy with the first half from his 3-seeded Blue Devils as they look to advance to the quarterfinals. French in the corner. Boyd with the defense. Pierce sets a screen. French goes to Pierce, back to French. Now Belleville setting a screen. French does not use it. She finds Wheatley on the low block. Wheatley shot too strong. Rebound ends up with Boyd. Back the other way come the Marauders. Powers into the front court. She backs up initially, then finds Tanner. Tanner will fire from downtown. That one off the front rim. Rebound to Pierce. Now Spencer with the basketball for Williamstown. French crosses over, steps back, gets it to Spencer, and she'll fire from beyond the arc. That one too strong. Wheatley tries to grab the rebound, and it's in and out of her hands. Northfield with the basketball. A couple of substitutions into the game. Coming back in for Northfield, Ashley Coro, and back in for Williamstown, Natalie Beliveau. Full court defense by the Blue Devils. Trying to trap. Walco spins away from Beliveau, and now crosses over, getting things into the front court. Good job by the 8th grader, maintaining her dribble and breaking down the pressure. Powers spins, puts it up, too short. Rebound to Natalie Beliveau, and now French with the basketball. And that one's stolen away by Boyd. Good defense by Boyd, and now this one's tipped away by French. 31-12. Blue Devils with a 19-point advantage. Boyd inbounds to Powers. She'll fire right off the inbound. That one off the rim. Beliveau corrals the loose ball, and now French into the front court. Pierce down low. Courtney Beliveau. A couple of ball fakes, and then she puts it up. That one off. Backboard, no good. She gets her own rebound, finds Spencer from beyond the arc. That one, nothing but the bottom of the net. Just like that, Blue Devils with a 22-point advantage, and a steal there by French. She comes quickly back the other way. Spencer, back to French. French with some space, she'll fire away from the top of the key and rattle it home. Julia French with her first three-pointer of the ball game. She has 7 points now. Blue Devils extending their lead. Wilder tries to get it to Coro. That one too tall for her teammate. Out of bounds. Possession back to the Blue Devils. Backcourt duo of Hannah Spencer and Julia French propelling Williamstown here in this third quarter. Spencer up to 9 points. French with 7 of her own. Both sophomores for the Blue Devils. This is Spencer now. Crosses over, gets a screen from Beliveau. Good roll. She finds her, and finishing at the rim for her first points of the ball game is Courtney Beliveau. That is the 7th different scorer for the Blue Devils in this one, and quickly back with a response is Bella Powers. This her second field goal of the game. 39-14. Powers with 4 points. This is Olivia Pike. Can't get the initial shot to go there for the offensive rebound, and finishes Natalie Beliveau, adding to her game-high total. Powers gets it to Tanner. Tanner backs in against Beliveau. Back to Boyd. She fires from three-point land. No good. French with the rebound. Up ahead, she finds Spencer. Low block. It's Beliveau, and she will be fouled from behind. Second team foul on the Marauders. That one going to come back to Tanner, and I believe will be her second. It is indeed her second personal foul. Julia French will inbound. She lobs in to Beliveau, but play is stopped as we have a substitution. Erickson will replace Coro. French finds Beliveau on the weak side block against a couple of defenders. Her shot is short. Northfield now trying to break the pressure of the Blue Devils. Powers needs some help. She's able to eventually get the ball into the front court now. Walco with it. Going back to Powers. It's picked off by Beliveau. Great steal by the senior, having quite the ball game. French initially looked to use the screen. Now excellent backdoor cut and finish by Hannah Spencer. The dynamic duo pays dividends once again. 11 points on the evening now for Hannah Spencer. She is the second player in double figures for the Blue Devils. And there's a steal by Courtney Beliveau. She looks to run the court with it. The jump stop, and shot fake leads to Powers sailing by. Beliveau with her second field goal of the evening. 4 points on the night for the junior. Bella Powers tries to get it to Boyd. It's picked off by Spencer. Up ahead, she finds Courtney Beliveau, and another right-hand runner is good. 47-14, 6 points for Courtney Beliveau, just like that. Held scoreless into halftime. 6 third-quarter points for the junior. This is Tanner with the turnaround jump shot. Too strong. Rebound to Olivia Pike. Pike pushes it up ahead. She finds Natalie Beliveau, and she will be fouled on the shot. Taking a tumble to the floor. She's able to get to her feet and checks on Tanner, who also stumbled. Once again, excellent sportsmanship by both teams, neighboring schools, neighboring towns. Third team foul on the Marauders. First personal on Erickson. Beliveau will step to the free throw line for the 4th time this evening. "15 points for Natalie in the game. Her first free throw is off the mark. Substitution checking back in will be Mackenzie Hall for Northfield, Leighton Kennedy for Williamstown, as well as Wilder for Northfield. My apologies. Beliveau eyes the rim for the second one. It's on the way. That one rattles out. Tanner with the board. Walco receives the basketball, and she's going to set up the Northfield offense. Over to Erickson, the 8th grade pair, finding Tanner. Tanner turns around and puts it up. That one is short, and it trickles out of bounds. Now Wheatley will replace Natalie Beliveau. And to take a well-earned break. She has the game-high 15 points. Spencer to Courtney Beliveau. Right-hand dribble, ball fake, back to Spencer. She fires, and that one was from long distance. Could not get it to go. Wilder with the rebound. Spencer picks her up on defense. Tanner, and now Walco. Far wing, this is Hall. Walco with it. Back to Hall once again. Northfield setting up a new play. Walco. Let the offense move. Instead, now she'll pull up from beyond the arc. That one is off the mark. Pike with the rebound. And nearly stolen away by Wilder. Pike able to track it down herself. Trying to break the pressure. She gets a screen from Beliveau, gets by into the front court. Ball is tipped away by Wilder. Pike will retro. Nope, it was not tipped. Looks like it's going to be a backcourt violation on the Blue Devils. A couple more substitutes into the game. Spencer and Beliveau will sit down. Kaylee Pike and Kennedy Smith will check in now. So the 5 on the court for the Blue Devils: Smith, Pike, Kennedy, and Wheatley. And for the Marauders, it is Walco, Powers, Wilder, Erickson, and Hall. This is Wilder with the over-the-head jumper. That one off the backboard and good. 6 points on the evening for the sophomore forward for Northfield. Kaylee Pike lobs into her sister Olivia. Olivia tried to get a shot at the end of the quarter, however she was unable to. And that is how the third quarter will come to a close. After 3, the number 3 seed Blue Devils lead the number 14 seed Marauders. We will be right back with the fourth quarter.
Granite, coffee, manufacturing, food.
It's not easy to make a living in Vermont. We really are the bank behind almost every industry. We care about businesses growing and succeeding because that success is our success. We're a billion-dollar bank made up of thousands of Vermont businesses.
Our customers make fresh coffee for great conversations and pull us out of the ditch on a cold, snowy night.
Wherever you are laying down your roots, taking a risk, building a dream, we're here.
Welcome back into Williamstown High School, everyone, for the fourth quarter of play. Brandon Walker bringing you the call tonight. Steve McAllister on the camera. And we are underway in the final frame of the contest. Marauders with the basketball. Powers over on to the wing for Walco. Her shot off the mark. Rebound is going to be tied up, and the possession arrow will favor the Blue Devils. Wheatley will inbound. Full court defense by Northfield. She finds Olivia Pike. Pike hands it back to Wheatley. Nobody pressures Wheatley. She'll dribble it up ahead. And now trying to outlet it to Smith. That one's stolen away by Wilder. Wilder loses the dribble. Goes to Walco. Walco over onto the far wing for Hall. Back to Walco. Now Powers. Going to pull up off the dribble from beyond the arc, and she gets it to go. Powers now with 7 points in the ball game, leading the Marauders. And first shot no good. Wheatley with the offensive board. Her shot is off the mark, and now it's stolen away by the Blue Devils. Instead, Kaylee Pike was on the sideline when she gained possession of the ball. Northfield will have it back. Clayton Kennedy will sit down. French comes back in. Walco with it for Northfield to Wilder. Wilder back to Walco. Just inside the three-point line. She dunks it home. The first points of the game for Mackenzie Walco. French hands it off to Pike. Back to French. And there is going to be a timeout on the floor by Coach Wilder and the Blue Devils. We will step aside and take it too. We'll be right back after these messages.
Vermont middle and high school students can start college for free at the Community College of Vermont. Get a taste of college life and learn about options after high school by attending an Access Day and enrolling in our Intro to College and Careers class. Juniors and seniors are eligible for 2 dual enrollment vouchers, each good for 1 free CCV course. And seniors can complete their last year of high school and first year of college at the same time through the Early College Program. They can even stay at CCV and earn a free associate degree through the McClure Free Degree Promise. Learn more at gotocollegevt.org.
Back out of the timeout. French will inbound for Williamstown. Trying to find a teammate. Goes to Smith. It's tipped. And then French gains possession of the ball. Pike surveys. And finds Wheatley. Wheatley pivots. And now hands it off to French. French off the dribble. Has some space. She'll fire away. That's her shot. And she gets it to go. Julia French with her second 3 of the ball game. She now has 10 points and is the 3rd Blue Devil in double figures tonight. Back the other way, Powers will be fouled in the act of shooting. She'll step to the free throw line. Pike got her. Oh, instead they're going to say the foul is on the floor. So Northfield will inbound along the baseline. They trail by 29. Courtney Bellevaux back into the game. Kennedy Smith will have a seat. Hall to Walco. Walco gets it to go off the inbound. 4 points now for the 8th grader. French into the front court, over the timeline. Pike with the basketball now, and she travels with it. That will give the ball back to Northfield. Just over 2 minutes into the final quarter. Powers. Walco lobs into Erickson. Erickson challenges Wheatley, and Wheatley blocking that shot out of bounds. Hall will inbound. Over the top they go to Wilder. She doesn't even bring the ball down an inch. Fires off the inbound immediately. 8 points now for Wilder. She leads her team in scoring. Followed closely by Powers with 7. This is French off the elbow. Pull-up jump shot is good. Silky smooth from Julia French. 12 points on the night for the sophomore. Powers lobs it into Wilder. Wilder trying to shoot over her defender Wheatley. Wheatley won't have it. Back to Walco. Wilder with it again. She'll dribble it out and reset the Northfield offense. Powers calls out a new play. Hall to Wilder. Wilder is going to be double teamed by the Pike sisters. Loses the dribble, now she shoots, and that one too strong. French with the board. She pushes tempo. Gets it up over the timeline, and now it's Pike with it. She shoots off the dribble, that one too strong. Walco with the rebound, and quickly back the other way for the Marauders. Powers will settle things down, call out a play, and they'll reset their offense. Powers dribbles, picks it up, over to Hall. Hall has space, she'll fire from three-point land. That one off the rim, no good. Wheatley with the board. She finds French. 4.5 remaining in the contest. French off the dribble, that's her shot. Instead, she gives it to Olivia Pike. Pike has the ball poked away, and it will be tied up. Possession arrow favors the Marauders. Substitutions now for both teams. Coming back in is Leighton Kennedy. And for the Marauders, Boyd, Coro, and Tanner back into the ball game. Powers lobbing it in for Tanner. Tanner spins and puts it up. That one off the mark. Wheatley with the board, and she gets it to French. French into the front court. Over on the wing, back to French. Shot fake. Now, crossover dribble. She fires. That one is short. Powers gains possession of the ball. She outlets it up ahead to Boyd. Boyd swings it over to Walco. Walco now to Powers along the baseline. French does a good job trying to recover. Powers' shot is too strong. Tanner with the offensive rebound. And she will be fouled and earn a trip to the free throw line. 52-25, the Blue Devils lead. Second team foul on the Blue Devils, second personal on Kaylee Pike. Now Angie Tanner will step to the free throw line with a chance to score her first point in the ball game. First one is off the back rim. Checking back in now is Hannah Spencer. Julia French will have a seat. Tanner, second one, comes up short. Wheatley and Boyd going to battle for the rebounds, tipped out of bounds. Off Wheatley. Boyd will inbound to Walco. Walco has space. Her jump shot is short. Pike with the rebound. Now Spencer up ahead, looking for Kennedy. And Kennedy could not find Pike on the low block. That one out of bounds. Northfield will have the basketball with 3 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in the game. Walco into the front court. Tanner loses a handle on the dribble. Out of bounds, back to Williamstown. Northfield not throwing in the towel. Once again, keeping their energy up as Coach Coro wanted them to do. They apply the full court pressure. It is broken down as Spencer gets up ahead. The left-handed layup is off the mark. And Walco with the board. Now she uses her handles to get the ball into the front court. Nice job by the 8th grader. Powers able to pass out of the shot and find Boyd for the 2-point field goal. Foot must have been on the line. She looked awfully close to 3-point land. And back the other way, Pike. That one off the backboard and no good. Boyd comes away with the rebound. She moves it up into the front court quickly. Now going to Powers with it. Powers spins against Pike and shoots off the dribble. Off the back rim. Courtney Bellevaux there to grab the board for Williamstown. She gets it into the hands of Spencer. Outlet pass to Kennedy. Kennedy's shot is too strong. Rebound tapped around. Last touched by the Marauders. Possession will stay with Williamstown along their own baseline. Pierce comes back into the game and replaces Bellevaux. And now Kennedy Smith will come back in and replace Kennedy Smith, or Leighton Kennedy rather. Kaylee Pike also heading to the bench. Now Williamstown needs another player on the court. Leighton Kennedy will re-enter the game. 52-27, the Blue Devils lead, 2:20 remaining. And the inbound pass is stolen away by Wilder. Wheatley trying to track it down from behind. Wilder gets the shot off. That one is off the front of the rim. Rebound is eventually corralled by Northfield. Powers a shot off the mark. Pierce initially controlled the rebound. And it's tapped away. Out of bounds off Northfield. Pierce finds Spencer. Spencer breaking down the full court pressure of the Marauders. Up ahead looking for Kennedy Smith. Smith back to Pierce. Pierce shot fake down low. Gets it to Wheatley on the block. Wheatley tries to work against Tanner, and Tanner going to be called for the blocking foul. First team foul on Northfield in the fourth quarter. Hall's going to come back into the game and replace Coro. 3 personal fouls now on Tanner. Pierce throws it into Spencer. Spencer gets her feet set just inside the arc and gets it to go. Anna Spencer adding to her scoring total. 13 points in the game. Ball's on the floor. Both Spencer and Powers go for it, and that will be a jump ball. Possession arrow favors Williamstown. Wheatley will inbound. Full court defense once again by Northfield. Spencer with it. Coach Wilder tells his team to clear out. Powers retreats into the half court defensive set. Kennedy pressured by Wilder. Maintains the dribble. Gets it over to Smith. Smith to Spencer as they go around the arc. Spencer gets freed up by the screen from Pierce, and she gets another jump shot to go. Anna Spencer with the strong shooting effort on the night. This is Wilder for the Marauders. Rebound tipped around. Boyd controls it. Back to Wilder. Wilder steps in just off the elbow. That one off the backboard. Too strong. And now Pierce has it for Williamstown. Less than a minute remaining in the game. Trying to find Kennedy. Spencer's pass goes out of bounds. 44 seconds remain in the contest, as the number 3 seeded Blue Devils will look to extend their 9-game winning streak and advance to the quarterfinals. Pass goes through the hands of Hall. Pierce with the steal. Gets it to Wheatley. Boyd tips it away. Smith controls. Back to Spencer. 25 seconds remaining. Spencer tries to get it to Smith. That pass is too tall. So with 22.4 left in the ball game, Northfield has possession of the basketball. And with that, Coach Coro is going to call a timeout. We will step aside and take a break as well. 21.3 remaining in the contest. We will be right back after these messages. Back out of the timeout. 21 seconds remain in the game. Northfield has the basketball. Powers will set up the offense. Powers fires away from downtown off the mark. Offensive rebound to Wilder. First attempt no good. Second effort also too strong. Boyd with the rebound once again. This one off the mark. Offensive board to Hall. And finally controlling the defensive rebound is Smith. And with that, the number 3 seed Williamstown Blue Devils will advance to Friday night's quarterfinal matchup when they will play host to the number 6 seed Pulteney squad. And that will cap off the season for the Marauders. They will finish the year under Coach Coro at 1-19. And I will step out for a quick break. When we come back, I will choose tonight's CVTsport.net player of the game.
Thanks for joining us on this CVTsport.net local high school sports video production. If you'd like to help support our coverage, you can use the Venmo or PayPal app and just scan the QR codes above to donate and help support our free live coverage. If you'd like to join the CVTsport.net team, we're always looking for producers, commentators, and camera people. Email info@cvtsport.net for more information. Thanks for watching.
Back here in Williamstown, once again, the number 3 seed Blue Devils knock off the number 14 seed Marauders. Williamstown improves to 16-5 on the season, and they will host the number 6 seed Poultney on Friday night in a quarterfinal matchup. And now we will turn to tonight's player of the game. The player of the game tonight will be senior forward Natalie Beliveau for the Blue Devils. Not only disrupting things defensively and grabbing a bunch of rebounds out there, she also led all scorers tonight. 15 points on the evening for the senior. And once again, for Steve McAllister on the camera, I am Brandon Walker. That will wrap up our coverage here from Williamstown. Blue Devils advance to play Friday night. Northfield season has come to an end. Thank you everyone for tuning in to this CVTV723.org and CVTsport.net production. We will see you all again on Friday evening. Have a great night.
This has been a local sports video production brought to you by CVTsport.net, your local sports video leader. We'd like to thank our longtime partners, CVTV723.org, channel 192 and 194, Central Vermont Community Access Television, and Orca Media, Onion River Community Access Television in the greater Montpelier area is media for the people.
My daddy made this.